In this video, I'm going to show you how to sell something on Craigslist from start to finish. I'm going to walk you through me posting something. I'm going to tell you tips I know, and I'm going to show you how I make tens of dollars on Craigslist. Let's go. You're probably expecting there to be an intro there, but there wasn't. Alright, so let's post something on Craigslist. So, posting on Craigslist really isn't that hard. It's a great way to get rid of stuff at your house. For example, if you're a minimalist, or if you're flipping things, whatever. So I'm going to show you today me listing this little space heater. You make an account on Craigslist. It's free. You go to create a posting. You select your county. Your location's really important on Craigslist, so make sure to specify that. And then you'll see all these different options for the type of posting. You can sell stuff, you can have wanted ads, you can do jobs, but in this case, for sale by owner, not dealer. Dealer would be if you were a dealership and you were selling like a car or maybe like a pawn shop. But you want for sale by owner. And I know for myself, when I'm looking for stuff to buy on Craigslist, I will filter by owner because I don't want to deal with dealerships. Next is the category for your item. Sometimes I'm posting something and I don't know what category it's supposed to go in. Really, the easiest thing is just to go on Craigslist, look up what type of item you're selling, and see what category other sellers put it in. Yeah, that's just really the best way to get around that. So this is a small little appliance, so I'm going to select appliance. If you don't know what category your item's supposed to go in, there's always general. And if you're giving anything away for free, it's not actually intuitive, but free stuff is a category. So if you were going to list something for free, that would be how you specify is the category is free. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of categories here. You could look through them all. But like I said, I'm selling an appliance, so that's what I'm going to do. So next we have posting title. Really what you want there is you want to put a description that describes your item enough, but isn't too wordy and gets people to click on it. So this space heater has a model number. I'm not going to put it down because model numbers of space heaters, it doesn't really matter to anyone. I really wouldn't put a model number of anything unless it was a car or a phone or some electronic where the model number actually meant a lot. But in most cases, I just try to describe very clearly, the manufacturer of the item, what the name of the item is, any other relevant information to what the item is. And sometimes if I feel like there's just a ton of space, I'll put a description for like the condition of the item. I'll put in parentheses something like new or great. And I don't know what people think about that, but it's what I like to put. But in this case, I'm just selling this space heater. So I'm going to put the manufacturer name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually got it right here. And another tip with posting title, if you can't think of really what the item should be called, go look on Amazon, go look on eBay, and that will give you a lot of information as to what the item is called, information about the item, and how you should price it. So using Amazon and eBay are really going to help you. And if you go on eBay too, when you look at listings on the left column on the side, you can filter by sold, and then you can see what do these things actually sell for, which is useful. Price, same thing. You either have your price in mind or you go to an external site and try to figure it out. So I looked up. I was actually really surprised. These are only going new for maybe $20 or $25. So I'm not looking to get much. I'm just going to put $10. I actually had this thing up for $15, but I lowered it. And with pricing, it's Craigslist. Like most people know that others lowball, but just don't be surprised when someone offers you half of what you listed for, or even less. And so unless the items are priced really low like this, I like to definitely build in a buffer of 10, 20, maybe even more percent, so that when you get that offer, you're already ready and you already had a higher price, and so when they send you that lower offer, you're like, yeah, let's go. Okay, next, city or neighborhood. If you're in a smaller city, you can just put the city. But I live in Portland, and there's a bunch of different areas, and so I'm putting Southeast Portland. It's a little more specific for people because, I mean, location is huge when you sell stuff on Craigslist. Put your postal code. That also helps. Okay, now for the description, really you want to put everything that's you need to put, but you don't want to put anything extra. Personally, when I see people who just take an Amazon page and copy and paste product specs, I find that really annoying because I don't need it. I don't need to know how long the battery lasts for. I don't need to know how many photos fit on a SD card. Like, it doesn't matter. Just put the relevant information. So I always start with for sale because I just can't think of saying that any differently. And then I describe the condition itself. So new, like new, very good, good, fair, acceptable. So in this case, this thing's in great shape. So for sale in very good use condition, a Duraflame fan heater. Okay, I say it has this little switch on the bottom of it, which is kind of important, so I'm going to write that in. So really, when you list stuff, you just need to think, you need to describe the condition of the item, you need to describe if it works or not, and you need to describe any special notes. So I already talked to you about the condition of the item, if it works or not. It's very straightforward. And any notes, is it missing anything? Does it have any specific damage? Does it require any certain information to use? Stuff like that. And then down here, I always put my phone number because honestly, I don't want to check my email every hour. That's annoying. And so I put my phone number down here. You can actually add it. Craigslist finally had an update maybe like a year ago where you can put your phone number in and then you click a little thing in the top left of a posting to show information, and then it will show you the phone number. I guess I'm just weird about spam callers. So I really try to not have it so that my phone number is just a string of numbers that someone could really easily copy and then paste in a spreadsheet to then robocall me. So what I do is I put my phone number, but I actually write out some of the characters. So I'll write like some of them. Oh, actually what just happened right there is I have a bunch of shortcuts set up because I type these things a lot and there's no need, and so I use Mac and iPhone, and so if you use those, you can do text replacement shortcuts. And so how you would do that would be you would go to General on an iPhone, you would go to Keyboard, you would go to Text Replacement, and then you can set up shortcuts. And then when you type in whatever you say the shortcut is, it will autofill for what you say the shortcut stands for. And what's really cool about having an iPhone and a Mac is that's cross-platform. So I set the shortcut up on my phone, but it works on my Mac as well. So that's a little tip. Also, for communicating with people on Craigslist, I have a lot of responses automatically set up. One of the things that people generally say is, hey, is this item still available? And you know, I'm trying to move it along to the sale, and so I have a shortcut set up that says, yeah, comma, when would you like to pick it up, question mark, because I'm, trying to keep things moving along. I have a shortcut set up for my phone number, like you saw, my address, and then when they're here, I have shortcuts set up for like, hey, I'm coming to the door, or like, here's where my house is. Little stuff like that saves you a couple seconds, but over a long enough period of time, it ends up being quite a bit. The very last section in the description that I put is I put tags. And so what tags is it's simply words that I type out that are related to the item that I'm selling, so that if someone searches for them, they will find my item. And so my title is, Duraflame electric fan space heater. What I did is I looked up other space heaters on Craigslist, and I found these other brands, and just in case someone searches these brands, Lasco, or Holmes or GE or Pelonis. Those are related brands, and so I type those as tags. Or, you know, when I sell a video game system, like if I'm selling a Wii, I'll type in the tags, like at that point I would have already written Nintendo and Wii, but other tags I would put maybe like GameCube, Game Boy, vintage, video game system, just words that are around what you're selling so you can catch those search terms and your listing will show up. Okay, so we've done almost everything for the listing at this point. See, in posting details, you can add the make and manufacturer, you can add model name here, you can add size and dimensions. I'm not going to do that. I've already put it all up here, and so it's just duplication at this point. I always make sure to put condition, so excellent. When you're selling big pieces of furniture also, or anything that needs to be transported, it's very important to give the dimensions. So if you're selling anything large, any piece of furniture or anything long, put the dimensions in there, which, you know, are at least 3 dimensions: height, width, depth, so that people don't shoot you those basic questions and you have to go measure it. You want to have these questions already answered. So usually what I do is whenever I sell something, I get the item, I clean it off, I test it, make sure it works. And if it doesn't, you know, that goes in the description. I go take pictures with it, and then I also bring a notepad and I write down any measurements or things I need to remember so that I can put it in the listing. And so really having a process so that you don't remember everything last minute and have to go constantly back and measure, or, you know, try something out. Just doing everything up front and having just a streamlined process really makes selling stuff anywhere, Craigslist, eBay, Amazon, OfferUp, whatever, makes it a lot easier. Okay. If you accept cryptocurrency, you can check this box. If you accept cryptocurrency, you probably don't need my video, so I don't know why I would help you. I would, though. I would help you. Delivery available. I don't deliver anything on Craigslist. It's just a rule I have unless I'm really desperate, and if an item's just not moving, I'm just not going to deliver it. I've had so many people message me, and I'm sure if any of you have sold anything online, you get people that message you and then just ghost you. And it's just not fun, and it might only be seconds or minutes, but ultimately it is a waste of your time, and so I don't deliver. This is more DiGiorno than delivery. You can check this box, include more ads by this user, so that way someone who looks at your listing can actually route to all of your other postings. I don't know, I don't check that. It just doesn't seem that really important to me. Again, down here, you can put show my phone number, show my address. I don't do that stuff. I like waiting to give out my address when I'm in talks of making a sale. So, get to this next page. You can adjust your radius here for the map, but I always put in my postal code, and so it's not that important for me to do anything with that. Add images. You get 24 images, which is a ton. I generally, what I like to do, I already took pictures of this space heater. For the first picture, obviously the best one, you want to represent it the best. You know, you want to show off whatever it is about the item that is its best quality, you know, whether that's showing the manufacturer's printed name or showing it on. A lot of times, like if I sell a TV or if I sell a video game system or anything electronic, a lot of times I will plug it in and take a picture so they can see it on. And it's only a little difference because they still haven't seen it work for themselves, and you could have photoshopped the image. But I just think it really helps your item look better if you show it working. And also for the first image, I like to have just a nice image where it's kind of like at a 45-degree angle. It's an angled shot. Okay, so I got 5 photos for this listing. Here's what I was talking about. You can see I've plugged it in, the little light's on. It's kind of at an angle. You can see the manufacturer name. Like, I feel like this is everything you need to see. And then other pictures, I try to just do a lot of squared on shots. So straight the front, straight the side, straight the back, straight the other side, top, bottom, whatever. got a few of these. I got a picture here so they can see the dials that you use. Here's the model number, and here's that switch I was talking about. And if there's anything to note that someone might not know, I will say in the description, I'll say, see this picture, see picture 3 for the scratch or whatever, to really help them to understand. Because whenever I post something on Craigslist, I want someone to know everything about the item that they would need to know without asking me. That saves me time, it saves them time, and I really think it helps sales happen quicker and easier. So after that, you hit the big publish button, and you have now posted your first item on Craigslist, assuming you've never used the site before. That's pretty much it. What I do personally is I also cross-post this on OfferUp, and so I just take everything that I put on Craigslist and I just copy and paste it into OfferUp. You could do this for other apps as well. At some point, it just seems too cumbersome for me to keep adding on apps, so I just do Craigslist and OfferUp in tandem. That's it. So you've posted on Craigslist. Make sure that when you meet up with someone, that you feel comfortable, that it's a safe place. I meet people at my home because I've just had so many transactions on Craigslist. Honestly, the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me is I sold a guy a video game and he asked me for a ride home. And he was kind of sketch, but nothing happened. So that's how to post something on Craigslist. This is the method that I've come to from posting hundreds of things and buying hundreds of things and just kind of nailing down a procedure. It's pretty quick, it works pretty well, and it's really easy. And honestly, I really like selling things on Craigslist. I like meeting people and being like, hey, what's up? You know, thanks for showing up, and then showing them the item and getting the cash. I also do use Venmo. I was a little sketched out about that for a while, but PayPal, people can be sketchy with. I think people can report fraud or like send money to you and then request it back. I don't understand exactly, but with Venmo, you can't request money back or like take money back that you sent. And so I've taken a few payments through Craigslist on Venmo, and it's gone completely fine. If you get any weird texts that have links, don't click on them. I like selling things, and I know a lot of people just have stuff sitting around, and so I thought I would make this video to help you out. So let me know if you like it, and thanks. Consider the big subscribe button that is actually just regular sized below this video. Thanks. Thanks.